Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. I have something really exciting for us today. Tomorrow will be my 17th year anniversary as a nurse. Yeah, it's been a long 17 years and I'm excited actually. It doesn't seem like it's been 17 years, but the number, it seems very long. I've had a lot of fun, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of crying, a lot of stress, a lot of PTSD, just a lot of everything, y'all. So just for me to be able to do this YouTube channel and, you know, just be able to enjoy certain things in life. And this is definitely one of my outlets that I really enjoy. You know, I'm definitely into aromatherapy as a nurse because there's all sorts of smells in the hospital that, you know, you just get annoyed with and that really, you know, turns your stomach. So I've always been into aromatherapy and, you know, smelling good, even in the hospital, just wearing hand creams, putting on lotions every single time that I do wash my hands. And I wash my hands about maybe 30 times a night. I believe in soap and water, not hand sanitizer. So I wash my hands often at work. So anyway, I'm so excited because I didn't even realize, I was like, you know what, let me do a video on fragrances for medical professionals. You know, everyone's doing office videos because everybody's headed back to work soon. Some people are already back to work. But for us, it's been constant, consistent. Thank God, you know, I'm grateful for employment. But, you know, it's been consistent for us. So I decided to do a review for medical professionals and just show you some of the fragrances that I do wear in the hospital, some that I've worn in the hospital that I will mention, and that I will never wear them again because they were too beast mode. You know, right now there is a spike, a little bit of a spike. They were saying it a couple weeks ago. So usually when they say it on the news, and I don't know, I think it's usually in like the Midwest or the East Coast. In California, we get it a couple weeks later. And guess what, y'all? 2 weeks ago they were saying that. I knew it was coming because it's a trend, you know? So I knew that this COVID or Delta or whatever it is, spike was coming. But it's not with the older generation. Initially, it was with the older generation. A lot of people were dying. You know, they would come in, you know, walking, eating, talking, shortness of breath, and then we would be coding them, you know, within the next like 3 or 4 hours or 2 hours of admission because their lungs just pretty much gave out. So there's a better way of treating it. The reason why they need more ventilators so that people could understand it is that right now, it's not that we are lacking. Well, we are lacking in ventilators because right now they are basically, when you come in for shortness of breath and you test positive for COVID, they are intubating you immediately. They're not going to wait until the last minute to intubate you and possibly code you, and then you might not make it. So yes, they do need more ventilators. Hopefully we don't get to that point to where we were last year or 2 years ago, but there is a spike. We recently got like 4 patients in within like 2 days, and over the past maybe like 2 or 3 months we didn't have any on our floor, or we might have had 1 a week. So when we get, you know, 3 to 4 in a couple days, it may be 20 in the hospital when there's only been about maybe 7 or 5 in the hospital out of 300 beds, then it's a little bit alarming. So anyway, y'all, that being said, tomorrow is my 17-year anniversary. Absolutely love my profession. I would not do anything else. No, I would not be a doctor, but I have the mindset of a doctor, you know. I work with a lot of interns, so you know, I'm used to seeing certain things. I work on a trauma unit, a critical care unit, so I'm used to seeing certain things. So, you know, we have to all work together, you know. I know a lot, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I know a lot. So, you know, I am of assistance to a lot of people in the hospital. And, you know, God gave me this brain and he gives me the intuition and the knowledge to move forward. And I absolutely listen to it, and I absolutely love what I do. Most of my patients are always like, oh, Marcy, how did you know I needed it? I just knew, you know, I knew something said you needed it, and I figured you needed it. So anyway, that being said, happy anniversary to me. You know, I might be doing this for like another, you know, maybe 7 to 10 years. I'm really not sure, but you know, we'll see how far I go. Usually it's 25. I might go to 30. So we'll, you know, see how it goes when I'm, you know, working in this field. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some fragrances that you can wear at work that are non-offensive. These are fragrances that sometimes turn into a skin scent. Some are very light. None of these are beast mode unless you overspray a couple of them, but for the most part, they're pretty much considered really light, moderate, subtle fragrances that you can wear in or out of the hospital. So we're going to get into the first one. I hope that wasn't too long. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit why I was doing the video. You know, I'm prepared. My hair is different, as you see. I'm ready for this battle again. You know, I usually wear my hair up in that little fluffy ponytail. It doesn't make sense because when I put on all that gear and stuff, it's in the way. It impedes everything. So I have to wear my hair back, you know, in this little bun and, you know, small earrings. And I'm ready to go to war, y'all. Okay. So hopefully, let's pray, America and all over the world, that it doesn't get as bad as it was. But you know, hey, cold and flu season is coming up. Wash your hands, be safe. Even if you're vaccinated, wear your mask, you know, protect everybody else and yourself as well. You might not get the symptoms, and just because you have the vaccine does not necessarily mean that you can't get COVID. You might not get it as bad. There's other variants out here. So hopefully that educated some of you all on what's going on in the world today. So without further ado, that was 7 minutes of talking. Let's get into our very first fragrance. So the very first one that let me tell you first which ones I do not wear to work that I've worn to work, and they were like beast mode. So I wrote them down. Some of them were a little traumatic for a lot of other people, but they could smell me down the hall. A lot of my friends tell me, oh, Marcy, we look on the schedule to see if you're going to be at work, so we can wait. We're looking forward to smelling you when you walk in. And then some people walk out the room, Marcy, I smelled you down the hall. That's when I know I cannot wear that fragrance again. And that has been a couple times before. So the fragrances that I do not wear to work is Narciso Rodriguez Floor Musk. Absolutely love that fragrance. You guys know that it's my favorite, but it's too strong and it's too beast mode. Ellie Saab, Girl of Now, that amazing nuttiness, orange blossom is too much. You have Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. It's way too sweet and cloying for a hospital setting. Delina Exclusive, I was almost sick of smelling myself by the end of the night when I did wear that. Nishane Ani or Nishane 100 Silent Ways. I've worn both of them to work. Actually sprayed light, but it was still a little bit too much. Xerjoff, Dama Bianca, and Dolce Amalfi. Dama Bianca, not so bad, but Dolce Amalfi is the one where everybody could smell it. And they were like, you smell like bubble gummy, you smell like juicy fruit. And at that point, I knew that it was like way too much when you can smell me like 20, 30 feet from where I was standing. Kajal is an amazing fragrance. Dahab specifically is one that I cannot wear to work because it is beast mode. A lovely scent, but it's way too much. And then we have Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I've worn that to work once and everybody smelled it. It was almost a little embarrassing because, you know, they were like, what do you have? Everybody was like, what do you have on? What is that? You know, I got a couple compliments, but pretty much I think people thought it was a little too heavy for the workplace anyway. And Utopia, they loved Utopia, but I think I oversprayed Utopia and it was a little too loud. So I think I sprayed about 8 times. You know, I'm an oversprayer. So definitely will not be wearing Utopia to work again, even though it's like a more of a tropical. And for me, the Utopia is not like the right setting for, you know, the hospital. It's more like beachy, tropical, you know. It's just a really beautiful, hey Katrina. It's just a really beautiful fruity floral. I just saw one of my neighbors. She's also my coworker. She's a respiratory therapist. So she just waved hi. Yeah, y'all don't always see me. When I do videos outside, you might always get an interruption or a hello from a neighbor. So anyway, Let's get into the very first one, and this is MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold. It's a beautiful vanilla fragrance, definitely light, almost turns into a skin scent overnight, but as your body warms up, you can smell it on yourself. It's not beast mode, but a very beautiful fragrance with juniper, vanilla. There's some coriander, nutmeg, musk. I do not like wearing lavender heavy fragrances to work because lavender can be beast mode, so I try to stay away from those, even though I love Mont Guerlain, my intense version, or just Mont Guerlain in general, or the YSL Lieb. That lavender note is super sharp, so I do not wear that. I choose to wear MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. So the next one is Kayali Musk 12, a very beautiful fragrance, very sweet, musky, yet soft, can possibly turn into a skin scent as well. So in here you have some freesia, lotus, musk, vanilla, you have some jasmine and sandalwood. Such a beautiful fragrance, beautiful soft fragrance. This reminds me of an Avon fragrance my mom had back in the day, about maybe probably like 35 years ago, that I completely fell in love with. That's when I knew I was in love with fragrances. I was a little kid. I used to steal her little Avon fragrance pads and wear them all the time to elementary school. But yeah, Kayali Musk 12 gives me those vibes. It's a beautiful musky scent, but very soft. So next we have BVK Passe Soir, very sweet scent. This is quince. Some people say this is super soft and it turns into a skin scent. In here you have some mandarin orange, ginger. You have your quince. You have black pepper. You have orange blossom, vanilla, and some musk. It is a very pretty scent. On my days off, when I do want this to project, I definitely have to spray this about 8 times. But if I'm going into work, I'm only spraying this about maybe 3 to 4 times. And, you know, it just creates like a smaller, nice, pretty scent bubble around me. And you really have to be within like arm's length, probably even closer, to smell me when I wear Passe Soir to work. So the next one is Roja, and it's Elixir Pour Femme. This is a very pretty scent, a very rich scent, lady, such very pretty fruity floral scent, y'all. That's it, okay? There's every note in here that you can imagine. You have your cinnamon, your orris, your peach, raspberry. You have some lily of the valley. You have some jasmine, ylang ylang. Everything is in this fragrance. Absolutely love it. You know, it's a little citrusy in the opening. Let's see what else I left off. It's considered an ambery floral. You definitely have some bergamot in here and some rose. I think that is pretty geranium as well. There's some more scents, but I didn't write all those down. So anyway, this is such a beautiful fragrance. Definitely dries down within like an hour or two to like a soft, fruity floral fragrance, but you definitely get that ylang ylang, the peach. You get some of that geranium that smells like a little rose, but you get the raspberry and the peach and the bergamot for sure. Beautiful fragrance. And that's Roja. I didn't say it right. Roja. This is the Pour Femme Elixir. So the next one we have is a beautiful fragrance that I discovered when I was in Atlanta and I went into Nordstrom's, and you know, I just wanted to smell something delicious while I was on a little bit of a work vacay, and that is Mont Blanc Signature. Beautiful bottle. It's like luxurious. This is clementine, y'all, magnolia. There's peony, ylang ylang. There's white musk and vanilla. This is such a stunning fragrance. Go watch my review on this. I think, yeah, I reviewed it about 3 months ago. I reviewed this. A beautiful fragrance. Absolutely love it. The performance on this is good, okay? So I only spray this max 4 times, maybe 2 on my neck, 2 on my clothes, just so it can create a beautiful scent bubble around me, and then I could smell that creamy clementine. To me, this smells like an orange sickle or orange Julius, like the orange bang that you used to drink at the hot dog place, Orange Julius. But it's very creamy. You get that orange peel. You know when you peel an orange, that zest that flies up, that citrusy zest, and the orangeness and the juiciness of the clementine, the baby clementines or the cuties. You know, that is exactly what this is in a bottle, mixed with some vanilla, peony, and white musk. It's just an amazing, beautiful scent, y'all. So enough of Mont Blanc signature, but it's delicious. I have a backup bottle, FYI. So next we have Creed Aventus for her. This is a very beautiful scent. Now I wore this to work a couple times. I did spray about 6 times. They smelled me when I initially came in, but you know, a lot of people like to test me, you know, test fragrances on me. So at the beginning of the shift, they'll smell me, the ones that are really into fragrances. And at the end of the shift, or when they come back in the morning, they're like, oh, I don't smell you anymore. And I'm like, yeah, this fragrance is dried down, you know, pretty much to a skin scent, or it was almost non-existent, and I sprayed it on my clothes. At the time, one time I did spray it about 8 times, and it was basically the same. So Creed Aventus is great for me for the first maybe 6 hours, but then again after, you know, in that 8th, 10th, 12th hour, it's gone, y'all. So I smell a little bit of I think it's like a green apple or a patchouli, barely on my clothes if I sniff it, but for the most part, it's pretty much gone. So that's why I don't mind wearing Creed Aventus for her to work, because it pretty much turns into a skin scent. So next we have Baldur, and this is by the House of Byredo. Baldur is a very light fragrance. You have your, let me read you the notes. You have your lemon, you have your black currant, you have some green apple in here as well. You have your violet, African orange flower. African orange flower smells amazing, y'all. And then you also have your vetiver. This is not a heavy vetiver fragrance to me, but you do get, in the initial opening, you do get that a little bit of powdery vetiver smell. You do get your lemon, you get your black currant in here, but you have to, this is a very light fragrance. So this is a great fragrance for work. You definitely have to spray heavy for this fragrance. If you want, on your days off, y'all, if you want a very projecting scent or great performance, you definitely need to spray heavy for this. But like I said, for work, you can definitely spray, maybe you can do 6 sprays for work for Baldur, and then you still be okay working in the hospital with this. So the next one we have is Velvet Tonka. Now, you all know I was really looking forward to this fragrance by the House of BVK. This is a new fragrance. Was absolutely, I thought I would be completely amazed by it. I thought it was gonna be more beast, like a beast mode gourmand, you know, with this amazing orange blossom and tonka bean and vanilla. Well, yeah, it wasn't. Hence, I did give a decant away, 1 decant away, but I overspray this fragrance. So I don't know how long it's gonna last me, but I definitely overspray it. But it's great for work. If you wanna spray 3 to 4 sprays of Velvet Tonka, you get that orange blossom in the opening, but that's probably for like a good 15 minutes. Other than that, you get tonka bean, you get some vanilla, and that's pretty much it. In here it states on the notes, you have your tobacco, you have some rose in here as well. I don't get any of that. I just get like a little bit of a powdery vanilla tonka bean smell. Other than that, you know, this is a pretty fragrance, but like I said, it only lasts about 4 hours. You do need, if you wear this out of the hospital, you should carry a decant, but it's a really pretty fragrance. I just wish it lasted much longer than it did, but great for a hospital setting. Did I read you the notes in here? No, I didn't, but I basically pretty much told you what it smells like and most of the notes, y'all. So that's BVK Velvet Tonka. So next we have Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany. And this is Tiffany Intense. Absolutely love Tiffany Intense. This is my only Tiffany. I'm interested in the rose one as well, but I'm definitely going to smell that one first. This is a very unique fragrance. It smells like no other, very elegant, sophisticated, a very pretty feminine fragrance. So in Tiffany, you have some pear, iris, you have some carrot seed, you have your jasmine and rose. Very beautiful. Soft fragrance. Actually, I think I might wear this today as my scent of the day when I do go in. But it's a very pretty fragrance. Definitely, you know, it's not beast mode. You can definitely wear this in a hospital setting, about 3 to 4 sprays. And it's really pretty. It's a little sweet. You don't really smell carrot, but it is a sweet fragrance. You do get that jasmine and that pear in the opening. Very beautiful though. Yeah, I think I haven't worn this in a while, so I'm gonna wear this as my scent of the day, you all. I'll spray it after, you know. Almost ready to go to work though. So next we have Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Narciso Rodriguez for her, and this is the EDP version. The EDT I absolutely love. You all know that, amazing, but that is definitely not for the hospital, y'all. So this is the EDP. In here, a beautiful fragrance, y'all. Reminds you of Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely, but there's more musk in here than in Love. I don't think there's any musk in Lovely, but there's more musk in the EDP. A very pretty scent, very light, floral. You get a lot of fruity notes in here. So in here you have some rose, peach, musk. You get your patchouli. You get some sandalwood and amber. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Definitely great for the summer. You know, this dries down. This lasts about 6 hours. If you spray a very light to moderate, about, I would say maybe 4 sprays max in the hospital, and that should last you your entire shift, you know, and then it becomes like a skin scent, very soft, but you do get that peach and that rose and that sandalwood. A beautiful fragrance, y'all. Absolutely love it. Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Fleur Musk for her, the EDP. Now, I'm sorry, not Fleur Musk. This is Narciso Rodriguez for her. I'm so used to saying Fleur Musk. Narciso Rodriguez for her, the EDP. Fleur Musk is like embedded in my brain because I love it so much, y'all. So the next one that I was not, this is almost in my declutter, okay? But I do wear it to work. I've worn it to work a couple times, but I almost decluttered it. But it cost me a little too much money for this small 30 ml to declutter. So I kept it, and I was like, you know what? I guess I could wear this to church when I start going back. I could wear this to like a wedding, places that are very that I need to wear non-offensive fragrances. And this is MFK's, and this is a la Rose. Yeah, this is just a basic watery rose fragrance, you all. In here you have some, and I don't really get a lot of the notes that they list, but you have your lime, rose, orange, violet, cedar, musk, and magnolia. I really don't get that. I basically get like a really light, a watery rose scent. Like I said, this was almost in my declutter. Almost gave this away, but you know, like I said, you do get a little bit of the lime and what is it? What did I say? The lime and the peach, but it basically dries down to a really watery rose scent. It's not sweet. It's a very clean rose. So if you, I would say, don't like rose fragrances, or you want to start wearing rose fragrances, then you might want to try or experiment with rose fragrances. You might want to try MFK's a la Rose. It's a very non-offensive rose fragrance. So the next one we have is True Sardi. You all know that True Sardi Donna is my favorite. I love the EDP of True Sardi Donna. The EDT is amazing as well. You have that amazing African orange flower. You have that beautiful yuzu note. In here you have some jasmine tea as well. This is not as creamy and as sweet as the True Sardi EDP, which I absolutely love. It's a beautiful, stunning summer scent. You all know, go watch my review on Donna True Sardi, the EDP. It's the most amazing find for 2021. You know, I think I purchased that fragrance back in January of 2021 of this year, and I absolutely love it. I blind bought that fragrance, and it's been one of my most exciting fragrances today. You can wear that anywhere, any place, anytime. It's beautiful. In this, like I said, you have the yuzu, you have some melon, you have your jasmine tea, orange blossom, lotus, sandalwood, you have some vanilla and some patchouli. You don't really get a strong patchouli note in here. Just blew away. Yeah, but you do get a lot of the yuzu, which smells really citrus and lemony. You get your African orange flower. You definitely get some melon, and this is more like a honeydew melon. And you get a little bit of sandalwood, slight sweetness, but not as sweet as the EDP, y'all. Beautiful fragrance. Get your nose. I have like most of Donna Trussardi's. I have most of Trussardi's fragrances. Get your nose on Trussardi, the EDT. So next we have Hugo Boss, and this is the scent for her, Accord. Here, very simple, but very light, airy, fresh. You have your peach, freesia, you have some osmanthus, and you have some cacao. A lot of people say they get like an orange chocolatey scent from this. I don't. I get peach. There's a light, a really, really faint, maybe chocolate, milk chocolatey fragrance scent in here, but I don't get a strong chocolate fragrance. It doesn't smell like chocolate covered oranges like most people say. I definitely get that osmanthus, that apricot-y peachy scent. You do get the peach. I get some vanilla, but the cacao or chocolate that's in the base of the fragrance is almost non-existent to me, even in the dry down. So I do get a lot of peach, osmanthus, and like an apricot-y smell, but a really pretty scent. This was almost in my declutter as well, but I do wear this to work, so that's why I decided not to declutter it. It's a very non-offensive fragrance to me. I don't reach for it as often, but when I go to work, y'all, and that's it. And I spray very light, about 4 sprays. Anyway, this is Hugo Boss, the scent for her. I think this is the Private Accord. I smell something that I just sprayed. Yeah, that's the MFK. Now in the MFK, because I sprayed it on my hand, you do get that MFK DNA still, you know, but it's very light. Like I said, like a really light peachy watery rose scent. So next we have one of my favorites, Mr. Cologne 76 introduced me to, and this is Rosendo Matu, and this is number 5. I want to get my nose on number 1, but not at the moment. Number 1, they said it's a real patchouli, tea or irisy smell, so I definitely want to smell that. Let me know if you have Rosendo Matu number 1 in the comments. Or if you've ever smelled it before. So in here you have some exotic florals. It doesn't list it. You have some spices, lily of the valley, musk, amber, carnation, and vanilla. Now this fragrance, it does not list it, but this has like a little bit of like a watery strawberry scent, and some people say leather, but I pretty much think it's like a suede or like a super soft leather. This is an amazing fragrance, y'all. Very soft, very non-offensive, definitely unisex, but like I said, I get a slight, really soft, like that, you know, that big, not a really sweet strawberry, like they have strawberries called like big, like watery strawberries, I think they use for dipping in chocolate. It's like that big watery strawberry, plus some vanilla, some amber. You really get a really soft, suede-y, ambery scent, a really sweet amber note in here. This is definitely amber done right, y'all. This is a beautiful fragrance. Absolutely love it. It smells like nothing else I have in my collection. If I ran out of this bottle, I would definitely buy it again. There's a little bit of a dent inside. I did decant, but it was like a 6 or 5 ml decant. But yeah, I've been wearing this. I love wearing this. This is an all year long fragrance. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Beautiful, y'all. Rosendo Matu, number 5. I don't know, it's a toss-up. I might wear Rosendo Matu or Tiffany Intense tonight. maybe Tiffany Intense, since, you know, it's my anniversary, so I can just feel golden, y'all. So anyway, last but not least, I was going to put, and I forgot the fragrance, so I'm just going to scratch it off the list, or I'll just tell you. So Eau Diptyque, the EDP, I was actually going to put that one in there. I really don't like wearing heavy vanilla fragrances to work because sometimes they can be a little sickly sweet or too cloying for the people that are around you. But Eau Diptyque had the EDP, to me, is a very non-offensive, very light vanilla fragrance. I rarely wear it because I have so many. I think I have about like 15 other amazing vanilla, 15-20 other amazing vanilla fragrances that I do wear. So in Eau Diptyque, you have, it's considered like warm, spicy vanilla. You have your bourbon vanilla, spices, ambroxan, and you have some rose. I don't get any of the rose. It's slightly spicy in the dry down, but I definitely get like a really light vanilla, ambroxan, and a slight spiciness, you know, like a cloves, but a very, very light skin scent vanilla fragrance, y'all. So that's Diptyque Eau the EDP. Last but not least is Prada La Femme. So a lot of people don't like this fragrance. This was almost in my declutter as well because I don't wear it often aside from work. In this scent, it's a yellow floral, it's a white floral. I think, of course, you have that beeswax in here because I definitely smell that. You have some vanilla, you have some ylang ylang, you have some, let's read the notes, y'all. You have some carrot seed, the same as in Tiffany. You have some magnolia, bergamot, ylang ylang. You have some frangipani in here, beeswax, vanilla, and iris. What I get, I really get the ylang ylang, or ylang. I'm gonna just start saying ylang because saying those words together is a little difficult. I get the beeswax, I get the orris, I get the vanilla, and then I get the frangipani as well. It's a little tropical makeup-y scent, sort of, but it's very light. It's not beast mode. I have to overspray this fragrance when I do wear it. If I'm wearing it out of the hospital, I have to overspray it in order to smell it, and I have to spray this at least 8 times in order to spray it. It dries down after about 4 hours. So like I said, this is a great fragrance for the hospital, you know, if you want to feel very feminine and, you know, just with slight florals. There's no tuberose or really like offensive or harsh florals in this fragrance. So very pretty. You do get the beeswax. Like I said, I don't mind it. It smells a little, you know, beeswaxy, honey-ish to me, but it's a really pretty fragrance. But and that's the trash truck, and it's making a lot of noise, and that is all for Prada La Femme. So anyway, I'm going to end this video before there's an avalanche. Thank you all for watching this review. You know, like I said, these are fragrances for medical professionals, whoever you are that work in the hospital, that are very non-offensive and very lovely to wear. Thank you, everybody. You know, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notification bells. Let me know if you love or have any of these fragrances down in the comments, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye-bye.